My shit. Update the link here, YouTube. Okay. Alright, so it's live from here. Just okay. Let's see if I have the same video. Oh, I didn't put the cover. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. Bro, I don't like this at all.
This is what I'm getting.
This what you okay? That's good. Damn, the cover photo is my face, bro.
Oh.
Because I forgot to change it.
The only thing is, there's like some rectangle right here.
Oh yeah, that's like the focus of the camera. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. Damn. Okay, let me see if I can edit it from YouTube, because that's kind of bad. I don't like that. Okay, yeah, I can.
Latinx Graduation.
It's just freaking me, bro. I just need the chef. I just need the poster. I hope I have it. Nah. Let me get it from the Slack. Got it somewhere. Okay, so at least we managed to get it working on the Mac. Hopefully we're balling. I'm gonna just make sure the link is the same because this is a different video. So I might send them this real quick. Just to make sure. No, okay. Let's just
Do you think we need to also have the camera? I mean the board on frame.
I don't think it's that important. Yeah, because at least we have like what the actual action we'll have down there. Yeah, and like that camera, like we can't really move it too much, which is the most annoying part. Because like the thing they give us is a mic stand.
Yeah.
But it's adaptable for a camera. Yeah. Sure. Oh no, it's bro. This shit is so dumb. Wait? Which one did you watch?
What?
Which like video? Like what video did you watch?
Like of the live stream?
Yeah.
Um.
Cause I thought I just said that, but it just sent me to my YouTube. Can you like share the link in the Slack? Or something? Because when I tried to send it, it just gave me like my YouTube picture. Yeah, that's it. Let's see if I got this. Oh, is it opening up in Google Chrome? Oh, it's not working. It says something went wrong. Tap to retry. Okay. I might have been in the wrong. Alright. Let me get this link then. Okay.
And excluding a kid from a wedding because he had an amputated leg is messed up.
Hmm?
This woman excluded her nephew from her wedding. She told her brother that he couldn't marry his son
What?
because he's missing a leg. And she ain't want him taken away from the wedding. The niggas gonna focus on that, apparently. He was told not to bring his son, and then he got there. He's like, yo, it's like 15 other kids here. So he pulls her aside, like when during a quiet moment, while he's like, yo, I thought it was no kids. What's going on? And when she told him, he left.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, no. What do you mean?
I can't bring my kid because he don't got a leg. Some people be wildin', bro.
You act like I put him in like a Tiny Tim outfit, have one hopping around with a British accent. Please, sir, may I have some more? No, like it's like he's not out here doing an act. He's not performing. He's just trying to live with one leg.
Mm-hmm.
People at weddings are just gross, bro.
I haven't been to one since I was like 5, I think. I was a ring bearer for my uncle.
Dang. I got too much family there. I've been to a bunch of them. People kind of just keep getting married.
I mean, my cousin got married a couple years ago. I just couldn't go because it was part of it was in Greece, part of it was in the UK, and then the rest was back home. But I couldn't go back home. I didn't go back home.
Part of it was.
Yeah,
What kind of?
yeah. She works for.
Unilever? Like.
Nah. That's what pops in my head. Nah, it's a cosmetic place. Dang, I don't know which one. And then the guy, I don't know what he does, but he has money.
Must be something nice.
Yeah, something nice.
Must be something.
Definitely, bro. They living that good life. In London. Okay. This freaking computer, bro. Oh, wait. Forward this message.
Oh, you said you fixed it.
What do you mean?
It's still you.
Click on the profile picture. Yeah. I mean, it's just a thumbnail, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, but it's also not funny. Yeah. Okay, now this video is showing up.
Started 7 minutes ago.
Sorry, what? 7 minutes ago, yeah. Yeah, like I don't think I can edit it, so it's fine.
Yeah, you can hear us something wicked in this video. Alright, yeah.
So we got lock in. Yeah, but it's only. I think there's only 2 people viewing, and I think that's John Carlo and I. Did you like it? Did you like it?
I did.
You
just
did?
now.
Just now? Okay, I just saw 1 like, so I was like, oh. Yeah, and there's 2 viewers. Obviously, including me. So.
Listening to our conversation is kind of funny.
Bet. Yeah, real time as well.
The delay's kind of insane.
No, yeah, that's too. I mean, that's to be expected. Like you
Yeah,
were saying
'cause
earlier.
it has to
It's
process
just-
and go
yeah,
through it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem at all.
It works in our favor too, because something, say, God forbid, something happens, we can we'll be good.
Yeah, facts, right? Totally.
He's got a what?
Yo. Let's not even do that, brother. Let's not.
At the second one of it,
No, I will actually just like jam the whole system down.
you ever see a brother clear 3 flights of stairs?
No, I'm saying. Whoosh, go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to test this.
Treat that boy like I'm from Detroit.
Yeah.
You ever seen My Hero Academia? Detroit.
Detroit.
Damn.
Was that an All Might move?
Yeah, it was one of All Might's movies.
It was one of All Might's?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
I
then it
was
was
trying
also
to
I think it was the first one Deku copied. It was Detroit.
Right, yeah, Detroit. Bro. Now I gotta get back on my hero. Yeah, sure. Low key, that last bit definitely got picked up too.
Not where.
Just to reiterate, oh, she looks so great. Okay, I know she saw me.
There are a lot of beautiful people here. I love this community.
The Hispanics? The Latinx community?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
Why'd you say it like that? The Hispanics?
And yeah, I love them, man. What you mean? Nah, you, bro. Remember this?
No, I know, but like,
All right, let's not go down this rabbit hole, bro.
like yes,
Nah.
yes.
I love them too.
The community that's putting on the event. I love these people. Yeah. No.
Yep. Me too, bro.
Even though they're not my community, they
No,
welcome
yeah.
me in a lot. And
No, of
like, I
course.
think it's really dope.
Nah, yeah. Facts. Yeah, man. Second year doing this, so love you, man. Love it. Yeah, your first point is also valid. A lot of yeah. Nah, bro. We got to keep
go.
the audio. Yeah, we gotta go, man. Yeah, low key, I wanted to ask Jamshell about the music anyway. But I'm still trying to set this to make sure in case I need to move.
I'm just gonna go stretch my legs. I've been sitting in that spot for dumb long.
No, that's real. Oh, I never turned this on. Should have niche.
Hello everyone. We will be getting Hello everyone. We will be getting started in less than 3 minutes, so just be patient with us. But yeah, thank you everyone for
Might be
being
able to
here.
move that MacBook charger.
Yeah, and we can plug everything into this big thing.
I mean, just like even.
You can also just plug it into here. Might be a little. This can move wherever you need it to go.
Thank you. There's no way.
Theoretically, it runs itself, so.
Yeah. We'll just be like, do you want to like sit in the that way, see? Because I'll probably stay back here just for the camera and also just making sure. Yeah, but I might move her off later.
Okay. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna run around and stuff. I don't like seeing stuff, so.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Angelis Cordero and I am the current chef president for Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. We'll just leave that be. Please take a moment well, hopefully you took a moment to scan the QR code to see our link tree, which includes our agenda. We would like to start by beginning We would like to begin by extending our heartfelt thanks to our interpreters. As inclusivity is not a choice, it is a necessity, and their presence ensures that everyone is truly included. Thank you all for being here this evening, and we are truly fortunate to have a space where Latinx students can be recognized and celebrated for their leadership, dedication, and cultural pride. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, who embodies the spirit and strength of what it means to thrive in the face of adversity. Our first speaker, Nayeli Gonzalez, will be giving an insight on the origin of Latinx graduation. Nayeli is a fifth-year mechanical engineering technology student from Union City, New Jersey. She is actively involved in various organizations at RIT, including the Secretary for SHEP, and as a senior peer mentor for the College of Engineering Technology and a Welcome Center attendant, she showcased versatility and commitment to excellence. This year, she was presented the Legacy Leader Award and was previously selected as the WOCA Woman of Color Honor and Ambition Woman of the Year for 2023 to 2024. She is also a part of the 2025 graduating class. Please give a warm welcome to my amiga, not just a friend, but someone who I truly look up to. She's a role model, an inspiration, and honestly, just an all-around amazing human, Nayeli Gonzalez.
Thank you, Ms. Angelis Cordero. Good afternoon, everyone. Buenos tardes a todos. Welcome to the second annual Latinx Graduation at the Rochester Institute of Technology. My name is Nayeli Gonzalez Flores, and I serve as a co-founder of Latinx Graduation. It was the fall semester of 2023 at my Perkins apartment where I excitedly shared my ambitious idea with Angelis, my housemate. Before I knew it, I found myself presenting a Google slideshow to my SHEP e-board members with a burning passion and bringing the Latinx graduation to life. Remarkably, what started as a dream became reality. We executed RIT's first ever Latinx graduation in just one semester. Everyone was on board, and here we are today, where I am standing in front of you all, being able to celebrate our Latinx and Alana graduates. This moment didn't come so easily. Planning this event took time throughout our busy college schedules, Latin energy, and a lot of passion. Our SHEP committees organized various Latinx graduation fundraising events in March and April, and I want to especially acknowledge my mentee, Mickey Sosa, for leading those efforts with your heart and dedication. On behalf of the entire RIT Latinx Graduation Committee, thank you. Your support, your donations, your belief in our vision, none of this would have been possible without you. As a Latinx community on this campus, our goal was simple: to create a space where our achievements could be honored. Not just the degrees earned, but the journeys taken to get here. The late nights, the doubts, the obstacles, the sacrifices made not just by the graduates, but by the families standing proudly beside them today. This ceremony is not just a celebration, it's a tribute to our parents, our siblings, our mentors, and our younger selves who dared to dream of this moment. I'm proud to be part of the class of 2025, and as we continue with this ceremony, I invite you all to be fully present. Feel every emotion. Let's honor the journey that brought us here today. This day will live in our hearts forever, not just of the diplomas, but because of the comunidad we've built y el amor that surrounds us. Thank you for being part of this unforgettable moment. Thank you again, y muchas gracias a todos. Let me introduce to you all our MC for today's event. Ms. Angelis Cordero is an upcoming fifth-year robotics and manufacturing engineering technology student from Pennsylvania. This summer into the fall, she will be joining General Motors for her third time as an automation engineering intern. She was recently elected president for the Representative Student Organization, Outspoken, which supports queer students on campus. She is a proud Spring 24 initiate of Sigma Lambda Upsilon Señoritas Latinas Unidas Sorority Incorporated and holds many campus jobs, such as a welcome desk attendant and a student worker at the Disability Services Office. My favorite Puertorriqueña amiga, who is true, confident, loyal, and passionate leader, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Angelise Cordero.
Hello again. Thank you, Nayeli, for your kind words. So something that I wanted to start off that I think is very important is talking about the importance of Latin representation. We're living in a time where identity, voice, and visibility matter more than ever. Latinx individuals bring with them stories that are rich in resilience, shaped by culture, often marked by challenges that aren't always visible, especially in places like predominantly white institutions. Being a student at RIT and growing up in Pennsylvania, I know what it feels like to navigate spaces where you don't always see yourself reflected. Not in the faces around you, not in the curriculum, and not always in the conversations being held. That sense of not belonging began for me at a very young age. I moved to Pennsylvania when I was just 3 years old. At the time, Spanish was the only language I knew. I can still recall being in daycare where rather than being embraced for my cultural background, I was ostracized for it. Speaking Spanish made me a target for ridicule and exclusion. The experience was so deeply isolating that I stopped speaking altogether for nearly 3 months. Eventually, I told my mom that I could no longer speak Spanish. Not because I lacked the desire, but because I had come to believe, even as a child, that my language and culture marked me as someone who didn't belong. The absence of representation only makes our presence more powerful. Every Latinx student who steps into these spaces isn't just pursuing an education. They're shifting narratives, opening doors, and creating spaces where there was little to none before. The experiences we carry, from language, family responsibility, and cultural expectations, to navigating unfamiliar systems are not just limitations. They are sources of strength. They shape a kind of success that is deeply rooted in perseverance, identity, and purpose. So today, let us recognize and celebrate Latinx students, not just for what they've achieved, but for what they've overcome. Our struggles are not separate from our successes, they're the reason for it. So without further ado, please welcome our first speaker, Dr. Damian Diaminci.
All right, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be invited to this celebration of our student. So, I'll read. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we celebrate not only the individuals sitting before us, but also the communities, the histories, and the struggles that made this day possible. Thank you for having me, and it's an honor to accompany the graduating class of Latinx students in a celebration of their accomplishments. What I would like to reflect on today, it's a simple but heavy question. How do Latinos think? It's a loaded question, filled with the traps that come whenever you question a whole group's ability to think. For me, the first answer to this question was simple. Latinos cannot think. I grew up with an immigrant family in Florida and came of college age in the years before DACA was passed. I was always intellectually inclined, always asking complicated questions, but the one place where those questions could be entertained, the college campus, was barred to me. This was the post-9/11 world, when anti-immigrant sentiment ran high, although perhaps a little kinder than it is now. Latinx people in the media were represented as both a threat to the American way of life and a brute working force for all the jobs that Americans didn't want to do. If a Latino came to prominence, it was often at the service of the very ideology that persecuted them, not unlike some current political figures. In that world, If Latinos were recognized as thinkers at all, it was because they were thinking someone else's thoughts, fitting themselves into an external mold, lest they be perceived as a threat. If I wanted to go to college, if I wanted to think freely, it seemed that this Latino was not going to be able to do it here. In my case, I made the difficult decision to leave my family behind and return to Argentina, where I lived with my grandmother studying Latin American cultural studies. Through my experience there, I discovered something unsettling. The constant anxiety and alienation that I experienced in the United States, which had bordered on depression at times, simply disappeared. It became clear that those feelings were not some internal flaws, some biological malfunctions. They were induced by a world that told me that I did not belong, and that doubted my ability to think critically and creatively. Surrounded by people who welcomed me as one of their own, I could imagine a human world. A world where I wasn't devalued for being different from a perceived standard. And what we were thinking about there, we were wrestling with geopolitical dependence and the fight for sovereignty. We were contending with the remnants of colonialism in our identities. We were finding strength in resistance, realizing that there is something profoundly beautiful in fighting from behind, from a place of marginality. But there's an important distinction. In Latin America, there are no Latinx peoples. Hispanic or Latinx are terms used to define people of Latin American descent in the United States. So technically, I was not yet thinking like a Latino in Argentina. That happened when I returned to the United States in 2017 for graduate school at the University of Connecticut. Back here, the question became urgent again. What would it mean to think as a Latino here? What would it mean to think in a world that told me that I couldn't? That realization, that refusal, opened up a million pathways towards truths that would have otherwise remained hidden. Because, as Gloria and Saldúa taught us, to be Latinx is to live in the borderlands, in La Frontera, a place in between, a place with one foot in the United States and another side of its border, a place that embodies the legacies of European colonizers, indigenous empires, and African knowledges brought forcibly across oceans, a place of contradictions and a place of creativity. Thinking like a Latino for me has meant embracing the ability to think in tension, to think from multiple worlds at once, and to find strength in those crossings. It has meant refusing the temptation to fit neatly into boxes that US society might expect, and instead build something new from the fragments and inheritances we carry. This spirit of building community around the shared heritage is something that I found especially during my time in Connecticut. In Hartford, among the vibrant Caribbean and especially Puerto Rican community, I witnessed how culture can be a foundation not only for resilience, but for joy, for solidarity, and for transformation. At the University of Connecticut, alongside friends and colleagues, we formed study groups, we organized panels at conferences, we created spaces to discuss ideas that were often marginalized in mainstream US academia. Ideas about colonialism, diaspora, sovereignty, and belonging. In doing so, we weren't just surviving. We were building something together. A way of thinking that did not ask for permission to exist. A way of thinking that drew strength from being between worlds. Not fully one, not fully the other, but something more. A way of thinking that refused isolation and insisted on connection. Today, as we celebrate your achievements, I urge you to remember this. To be Latinx is never a solitary path. Even when the world tries to isolate you, even when you are made to doubt your place, you carry with you a shared history, a living community, and a future that needs your voice. Each of you stands at a crossroads, not torn between identities, but rich in the knowledge and the strength of many worlds. You are not fragments, you are bridges. You are not caught between worlds, you are the creators of new ones. Thank you and congratulations, graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Damian, for your heartfelt speech. Please welcome our professional speaker for today, Mr. Gio Duran from Whiting Turner.
Hi, afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to thank the RIT faculty and all the volunteers who set up a really amazing event today. And a personal thank you to SHIP RIT for extending the invitation to me. It is my honor to be here with you all today and celebrate you on everything you've accomplished over the past couple of years. Now, quick disclaimer, I am not an RIT graduate or a New Yorker, but I am a graduate from SIT, and I live right across the Hudson River, so close enough, right? To this day, my largest and last graduation ceremony was my high school graduation, class of 2016, from Union City High School, New Jersey, with approximately 860 students. I am a college graduate, but we'll get to that graduation later. Now, I would like to share a bit about myself as you are sharing one of your most meaningful days with me. My name is Giovanni Duran, a regular SHIP professional member who works in construction management as an assistant project manager. But that's boring stuff. So let me start further back because I'm off the clock and I'm not doing an elevator pitch on anyone here. See, I'm a unique person who grew up always thinking about the future and spent my high school years developing the skills I needed beyond college. This started back in April of 2013. And for anyone doing mental math, I'm still in my 20s, okay? But the reason I say April 2013 is because that's when I became affiliated with SHIP Junior. Freshman year flew by with no huge impacts. Life was boring and not challenging, so I took a step in a different direction my sophomore year. I joined the class committee and student council. One was meant for fun, and the other was for self-development. Which do you think was for what? Student council, I want you to think about High School Musical. Walking around the school, helping set up school events and pep rallies during class time. The class committee was completing student council events and managing class-specific events like proms and homecomings. Student council was for my self-development. Class committee was for fun. Joining those two clubs was the critical change to my life that helped me build the foundation for the professional skills I still use to this day, skills I've used for over a decade. So with developing skills in free time, what was I going to do then? Nothing. Because I was only doing what I thought I needed to do to get to college and get a decent paying job. But I was still part of SHIP New Jersey, of SHIP Junior, I'm sorry. And they provided me the path that I would shortly realize would be the path I wanted to stay on forever. Because during my sophomore year, the SHIP chapter of SIT hosted a college tour, and their members were the most welcoming, kind, and motivational people that I ever met. More specifically, one of their speakers, Tom Cruise, not that Tom Cruise. I left that campus with a clear goal, being a SHIP member who could motivate and inspire the next generation of engineers. That was my goal, that is my dream. So those clubs I previously mentioned, the skills I was learning and developing, I was fully intent on using them to reach that goal. Fast forward through the typical high school drama, the AP test stress, and then finally get to Stevens. Who here remembers their first club meeting? I do. Usually, you remember events because of a singular action that helps your brain focus on. For me, it was raising my hand at the end of the meeting and asking the SHIP officers, how do I become president? Never in my life was I ever that forward, by the way. First thing I did then was join the SHIP Junior Committee. I wanted to start impacting the next generation as soon as possible. I wanted to motivate and inspire the way I was motivated and inspired. During the club election that year, it was almost a unanimous vote for me to earn the SHIP Junior Director title. I didn't earn it with the skills I used during high school though. Why? Because SHIP SIT leadership requires something that several students dreaded during class projects, public speaking. And now, as I stand here in front of all of you, you might think that I'm an extrovert and I have no issues with this. But in all honesty, I still get anxiety. What sets me apart from everyone else though, is that anxiety isn't fear when I talk about SHIP, because I can talk about SHIP all day long, and it's what changes lives. But if public speaking is a basic requirement for leaders, how did I overcome that? SHIP SIT rotates its responsibilities of events and general meetings so they're led by different officers so they can develop and implement skills. Implementing was the key difference between high school and college. See, most people in college are critical thinkers because in the 45 years we spent in our undergraduate career, we questioned everything so we can analyze and implement what we knew. It took me a few SHIP Junior events to get the shakiness of my voice out, but I got there, right? The next couple of years, I gained the trust of both old and new members and earned the privilege of becoming SHIP SIT's Vice President, President, and SHIP New Jersey's Sub-Regional Leader. In fact, because I had spent so much time with my members and team, I won the presidency unanimously because no one wanted to run against me. Now let me ask you, which title do you think is the one I pride myself most on? If you thought it was anything but president, you're in luck, because I always told myself if I was a professor, I'd hurt my grades. But the reason why SHIP SAT president was the most critical for me was because of what I was able to accomplish with that title. 6 years later, SHIP TINA committee is still standing and holds a great impact on campus to this day. Freshman representative is still a position that can push one member into leadership early on and influence other freshmen. And my favorite activity by far was my one-on-one meetings with my officers. These are officers who may have a year of leadership experience or may have nothing, but I didn't care because I knew I would shape them to be the best leaders they can be. I can see potential in anyone and bring it to their fullest potential. It's not rocket science to teach that a SHIP leader needs to care about their familia or that they have to listen to their members to be able to help them. In fact, I always ask my officers why they became leaders, and some would be honest and give me their heartfelt stories, while others would be more honest and tell me it's for the title on their resume. I always shared my own story with each and every officer. And despite them always not being the leader they wanted to for the best reasons, I always told everyone that leadership is like a book. The title is quite literally the cover of the book. What you do with the contents of your book is a story. So do your best and impact others so that you can talk about your book whenever, in a discussion, in a bylaw meeting, or in a job interview. Fast forward a year and a worldwide pandemic later, and we're left in a world where several professional organizations were impacted and had leadership taken so much that there were at times no one to help lead. That was inexcusable for me. So with the help of both old and new friends, we restarted the SHIP New Jersey professional chapter. I used my first term as vice president, a training year, because I had no idea how to manage both work, full-time work, and SHIP. Once time passed, I knew I was ready and earned the SHIP New Jersey professional chapter president position as well. It was a quick one-year term, but a term that helped the current board reach a level of leadership and professionalism that we had prior to the pandemic. A level where we, young and new engineers, can be taken seriously and co-host with companies and other nonprofit orgs for our professional members to interact with the network. Companies such as NVIDIA, Henkel's, Turner Construction, Whiting Turner, Stantec, PSE&G, and even Heineken, not sponsored. To be able to meet with company VPs and presidents at such a young age, not even 30 years old, as a professional, was an experience unlike any other. The opportunities my members received then, and even now, is the luxury most of us paid for through college. But now they're available to all of us for free, simply because we know our members are talented and deserve the best that they can. But all this planning was no simple 30-minute Teams or Zoom call. In fact, balancing construction management work in SHIP New Jersey was no easy task. Construction management is almost a 24 responsibility depending on the project. The project during my presidency term was the largest project my office had overtaken, and as a young project engineer, I was single-handedly responsible for coordinating and maintaining these $60 million+ MEP contracts. To put into perspective, most projects I've seen nowadays have had an average of $15 million and was split between 4 core members. My leadership skills were the reason why I stood out above everyone else in my position and was able to handle the task handed to me. I was not perfect though, and I was vocal about what I needed. My managers recognized my efforts in and out of work. So what did my managers do for me? They gave me more freedom to be able to host my SHIP e-board meetings and sponsorship meetings during work as required. In fact, they frequently asked about my status with my team, but for a specific reason. Because one of them heard that my term for presidency was near to end, and he offered me the opportunity of being our company's Northeast SHIP leader. Feeling comfortable with where I was leaving SHIP New Jersey by the end of my term, I took on this new role and made sure all of you standing before me get the opportunity to be heard by my colleagues. Because I know all of the hard work you put towards your future. I know some of the struggles you faced, and most importantly, you are all part of my familia. Familia is such a small word, but to me it holds the most meaning. Because even if we met for just 2 minutes, if you needed a resume review 30 minutes before your interview, you better hope you have it printed out or you have signal on your phone. Even if we met for just 2 minutes, I gladly delayed my time in California to prepare you for your next 30-minute year career. And even if we met for an hour, then I would consider helping you move, but only for a little bit, because my camera can't fit that much. All of this is to say that the skills I learned from SHIP and through SHIP gave me the edge at work where others were learning skills on the job, skills I prioritized years ago. And because of the experience SHIP provided me, I can confidently say to each and every one of you, if you were to reach out and ask for help, if I can help you, there is someone else that can afford to help you. Because that's the type of familia I have, the familia I'm proud of. And this is the familia I'd like to ask all of you to consider joining in the next 6 months, because you all deserve a familia that can deeply understand you. And as I saw all of you walking past me today, I know that you guys are already a success story, so in addition to that, I'd like you guys to offer your own hand and help someone else out. As a class of 2021 college graduate who didn't attend their graduation ceremony due to COVID, I sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing your graduation with me. I will be waiting to hear about everyone's accomplishments in the next 5 years. Gracias, familia.
Thank you, Mr. Gio. Now please welcome our final speaker of the night, RIT alumni, who is also the former chapter president, Carola Vasquez.
Thank you, Angelis. Last year, I stood right here as part of SHEP's executive board, introducing this year's new leaders. And today, I couldn't be more proud of how much growth I've seen in all of you. You've built a strong community that continues to uplift and support one another. Taking on a leadership role, especially one focused on advocating for minorities, is both a great responsibility and a deep honor. So take pride in what you accomplish. As I stand here today, I want to share something that has been deeply impactful in my life. I often think back to something my grandmother used to say to me. Your mom works so hard so you can have everything you need and the opportunities to dream bigger. Your only job is to be a good kid and the best student in your class. She was right, and I took this to heart. It became a driving force for me to strive for success, to be the best. But over time, that mindset became more than just a goal. It became part of my identity. It turned me into an overachiever, someone who constantly pushed for perfection, but also someone who downplayed her own successes. This mindset followed me all the way to college, where I struggled with imposter syndrome so many times. Not only was I a Hispanic woman pursuing engineering, but I was also a first-generation student whose first language is Spanish. I found myself navigating not just my career path, but also the challenges of adapting to a new culture and language. Along the way, I encountered people who doubted my potential, tell me that they couldn't see me in leadership roles or that my dreams were unrealistic. They suggested I choose a career more aligned with what they believed I could achieve. These external doubts triggered a sense of self-doubt within me. It was as if I wasn't allowed to dream as big or reach for the same opportunities as others. This made me question whether I truly deserved to be in certain spaces, whether I was capable of reaching my goals. The weight of those doubts, both from others and within myself, pushed me to constantly feel that I needed to prove my worth, even when I was already achieving success. When I transitioned into my career, I quickly realized that the imposter syndrome didn't disappear. As you step into your career, you'll experience a lot of joyful and successful moments, but you will also face challenges, times where you feel stressed, defeated, or unsure of yourself. What I've come to realize is that imposter syndrome evolves when you step into the workforce. It's like being promoted to the major leagues, where the pressure feels heavier. Suddenly, it's not just about your GPA, passing the next exam, or trying to meet your family's expectations. Now your skills, your decisions, and your work ethic have real consequences. They pretty much can impact your team, your company, and the people who rely on you. All this can make self-doubt hit even harder. Since starting my role as a software engineer at Lockheed Martin, I've been fortunate to receive incredibly positive feedback from my coworkers and my manager. They trust my work, believe in my potential, and celebrate even the small milestones. And yet, there's still times where I struggle to fully believe in myself. When I catch myself being overly critical, here's what I do. I slow down, I remind myself how hard I've worked to get here, and I tell myself, you have skills, you have knowledge, you belong here. The reality is that any mindset only holds power if you choose to believe it. The work ethic, determination, and passion that have driven you so far are the very qualities that will help you succeed. So to everyone here today, don't let imposter syndrome silence your powerful voice. Own your identity, your culture, and the strengths that have come from your journey. The true wisdom lies in recognizing that those feelings of self-doubt are not a reflection of who you are, but a sign that you are growing and stepping into spaces where you can truly make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carola, for making the trip all the way from Colorado and for sharing your valuable insights with the class of 2025 graduates. Now, for the part everyone's been waiting for, especially the graduates. Y'all look hungry. Please welcome to the podium current Vice President of the Latin American Student Association, Ms. Rebecca Merrillo. Please excuse my mispronunciation. Alongside her will be our current Academic Director, Emilio Garcia Rebel, and our SHEP Advisor, Professor Ken Martinez.
Hi everyone, are we ready for our graduates? Introducing our first graduate, Gail Gonzalez, graduating with a Bachelor's in Individualized Studies. Kiara Diaz, graduating with an Associate's in Design and Imaging Technology. Jacqueline Williams, graduating with an Associate's in Business Administration. Nayeli Gonzalez Flores, graduating with a Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Jessica Gomez, graduating with a Bachelor's and Master's in Mechanical Engineering. Brielle Ruben, graduating with a Bachelor's in Mechatronics Engineering Technology. William Hugh Robertson III, graduating with a Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Sahara Jailani Ghazali, graduating with a Bachelor's in Biomedical Science. Sofia Viviane Marie Coronel, graduating with a Bachelor's in Global Business Management. Michelle Alba, graduating with a Bachelor's of Fine Art in Advertising Photography. Cristal Gamez, graduating with a Bachelor's in Civil Engineering Technology. Marie Carmen Fuentes, graduating with a Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering. Miguel Clemente Rodriguez, graduating with a Bachelor's in Computing Engineering Technology. Noah Gray, graduating with a Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering Technology. and Systems Engineering. Pablo Vargas, graduating with a Bachelor's in Business, Hospitality, and Tourism. Shay Cajigas, graduating with a Bachelor's in Imaging Science. Martin Cunningham, graduating with a Bachelor's in Biomedical Sciences. Alison Valentina Davila Prado, graduating with a Bachelor's and Master's in Industrial and Systems Engineering. Edward Deole, graduating with a Bachelor's in Software Engineering. Henry Simon, graduating with a Bachelor's in Human-Centered Computing. Diamar Reyes, graduating with a Bachelor's in Biomedical Engineering. Gabriela Alvarez McLeod, graduating with a Bachelor's in Human-Centered Computing. Ivan Mena, graduating with a Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering Technology. And last but not least, Kasim O'Mealy, graduating with a Bachelor's in Web and Mobile Computing. Congratulations.
Wow, such smart graduates. I'm so excited to see y'all. Please welcome the next RIT chapter president, Emily Figueroa, to the podium for closing remarks.
Hi guys. So as Angela said, my name is Emily Figueroa. I'm currently serving as the Vice President for Chef for this academic year. And first, I just want to say how incredibly proud I am of each and every graduate here today. This celebration isn't just about seeing who has the best moves on the dance floor or even just the free food. It's about years of hard work, resilience, sacrifice, and community. As Latinx students, we carry with us our families, our roots, and our dreams, and today, we honor all of it. Being a part of planning Latinx graduation this year has reminded me why spaces like this matter. It's powerful to see us take up space, celebrate our culture, and uplift one another. This is what community looks like, and it's what I hope to continue building as I step into the role of Chef President for the upcoming academic year. Looking ahead, I'm excited to continue strengthening our familia, creating more opportunities for mentorship, leadership, and connection. I want every student to feel like they belong and have the support that they need to thrive, just like we're doing here today. To the graduates, thank you for paving the way. And to everyone else, this is just the beginning. Thank you, and felicidades. To conclude the ceremony, we would like to thank a number of organizations that we couldn't have done without. Thank you to our outreach committee and collecting all the gifts, from Collins Aerospace, the Free Art Collective, the College of Science, RIT Golisano College of Computing and Information Sciences, the CET Dean's Office, RIT Drawing Club, Cultivating Inclusion and Technology, the School of Individualized Study, NTID Business Studies Department, and the NTID Visual Communication Studies. We would also like to thank several clubs and organizations on campus for their continued support and sponsorship to ensure that we have the resources to put this together for you all. The Latin American Student Association, also known as LASA, the Division of Diversity and Inclusion, the Alana Collegiate Association, RIT Student Government, RIT Campus Life, Global Union, and Unity House. I want to give a huge thank you to all of our Latinx graduation volunteers that have served on the committee over the past several months. Your hard work, generosity, and dedication to Latinx graduation is one of the major reasons we are able to bring all of our ideas into fruition. We truly could not have done this without you, so will everyone in the committee please rise as we give you a round of applause for all of your hard work. I'm almost done, guys, I promise. It brings me immense joy and pride to introduce to you my executive board for the 2025-2026 academic year.
Woo.
If you are in the room and you're on e-board for next year, please rise. If you are currently serving on the executive board, please rise as well, so we can give you a huge round of applause for all of your hard work. I just want to give a quick shout out to our first ever SHEP project team. This year they were able to create a smart mirror and it's actually on display today. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, it's located right by the vending machines right outside the theater. Lastly, I give a bunch of thanks to everybody else. I really want to thank our graduates. This celebration wouldn't exist without your hard work, dedication, and the sacrifices you've made in your pursuit of higher education. Today is a reflection of everything you've overcome and accomplished. This moment is yours, so take it in. Celebrate fully every big achievement and every small win that got you here. Thank you, and congratulations to you all. I would now like to invite two of our committee members, Jamshel and Ernan, to give the final closing.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Emily. I just want to say that everyone may now exit the Glass Box Theater, and thank you so much once again for being part of these large milestones to celebrate these amazing graduates. We ask that all graduates please stay seated. We are going to take a group photo. All of the guests and family, please exit at this time.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, we survived. We had maybe one technical mishap where like it just stopped recording,
Yeah.
but I don't think it went on that long. Glad we caught it. Yeah, so I think people will be happy with the.
You want to end the stream before we keep
stream.
talking about